News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
To quote Paul Simon, don't be slip-sliding away this morning. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning for Thursday, January 14th, 2016. And first of all, happy birthday to my lovely daughter, Jenna, who is nursing right now in London, England. If you can hear me, happy birthday. Right now we do have a cloudy sky, 33 degrees, lots of overnight rain, which froze. Of course, that's our top story. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by locally owned Office Solutions and Services. Download their Office Shopper app for purchases, barcode scanning, and to search for products. Our top story this morning, there's a winter weather advisory out for western Montana this morning. Meteorologist Jeff Kitzmiller with the National Weather Service explains the system that moved through last night into this morning.
We started to see a switch over to rain while we were still below freezing or near freezing, and that caused, some pretty good freezing rain and some slick spots. When we hit the overnight, a lot of that precipitation stopped, but then we ended up getting either fog or some type of a drizzle, and then it mixed with that with some wind when the cold front came through and we dried out just a little bit. Put all those pieces together along with some cold below ground temperatures and a lot of ice formed.
Kitzmiller said as a result, there's black ice reported in all directions in and out of Missoula. So please use extreme caution and slow down this morning. At approximately 4:50 yesterday afternoon, a Missoula police officer responded to a report of a reckless vehicle in the 2300 block of Mullen Road. The officer attempted to stop the offending vehicle and the driver fled eastbound on Mullen Road. Officers pursued the vehicle as it increased speed and continued east on Broadway from Mullen Road. Officers discontinued the pursuit the area of Broadway and Main as it was headed into the downtown area. The vehicle proceeded to the area of Orange and Main, where the female driver exited the vehicle and attempted to enter the KECI television building, which was locked. She was taken into custody. The building was on lockdown until police cleared the scene. The 45-year-old female was unarmed. There were no passengers. The investigation continues. State Superintendent of Schools Denise Juneau was at Sentinel High School yesterday to commemorate a new record graduation rate for Montana.
We've yet again reached a historic high graduation rate of 86% across Montana. It's been really fantastic to watch communities all across the state really work on graduating more students than ever, and just really pleased to be here to make that announcement.
Even though Graduation Matters began in Missoula, Juneau said the program is spread all over the state.
We have 53 communities dotting the landscape of Graduation Matters all across Montana, every corner of the state and everywhere in between, and it's just really great. Large schools, small rural communities working together, our larger communities really engaged with their public.
Missoula's Sentinel High School leads the state with a 92% graduation rate. Investigators say the killing of a Montana man by a grizzly bear underscores the need for hikers around Yellowstone Park to travel in groups and take other precautions against bear attacks. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service yesterday released a review board's report on the August 6 fatal mauling of Lance Crosby. The 63-year-old Billings man was the sixth person killed by a grizzly since 2010 in the Yellowstone region of Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. Three of the utilities that own Montana's Colstrip power plant have helped write legislation in Washington state and Oregon that could threaten the future operations of the second largest coal-fired plant in the West. Colstrip's 4 power-generating units in southeastern Montana are under pressure from a weak coal market, increasing regulation and lawsuits. A bill written by Colstrip's largest owner, Puget Sound Energy, was introduced Tuesday in the Washington legislature. It would allow the utility to buy Talon Energy's interest in Colstrip's newer Unit 3 on the condition that it move to decommission the 2 oldest units. Montana lawmakers said they'll lobby Washington and Oregon legislators to protect the plant. Election season for many Montana candidates will officially begin today. Secretary of State Linda McCullough opens her doors at 10 to accept filing paperwork for candidates. McCullough says she'll be busy all day, but she enjoys it.
Yes, it is a busy day. I'm looking so forward to it because it's the first day of candidate filing, and so far the campaigns haven't started. So so everybody's friendly with everybody else. So Democrats come in here and Republicans come in here, legislative candidates, statewide candidates, and it's just a fun day.
McCullough expects to see most of those who plan to run sign up today. She also expects to see even more candidates than last year.
Last cycle in 2014, we had 71, but we had more than that in 2012 because, 2012 is statewide, they're up and all that sort of thing. People are lined up at 8 o'clock. Everybody wants to be the first candidate that files because the press is all here and there's a lot of coverage for that. And so it's just an exciting time.
No pushing, no shoving. Candidates who wish to file can do so from today through March 14th. Filing no longer requires a trip to Helena, though. Applications can be completed online, but you can't talk to the press then, right? Missoula attorney Quentin Rhodes will be representing Montana State Representative Art Whittick in a dispute both men say revolves around free speech and the U.S. Supreme Court Citizens United ruling. Rhodes says Whittick's fight against Governor Steve Bullock's dark money campaign is chronicled in a Wall Street Journal editorial.
Mr. Whittick's law firm represented Western Tradition Partnership in its lawsuit against the state of Montana to bring the ruling of Citizens United to the law of Montana. And Governor Bullock opposed him on that and lost.
Rhodes says Montana Political Practices Commissioner Model is determined to prosecute Whittick over campaign financing.
They've been using the opportunity of the appointment of John Model as the Commissioner of Political Practices to implement a campaign against Whittick to tarnish his name as a good, honest representative of his constituents.
Rhodes said the matter will be settled in court in March. If Whittick is found guilty, Model plans to ask District Judge Jeffrey Sherlock to have him removed from office. By the way, you can read that Wall Street Journal editorial on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. The state Supreme Court has rejected an environmental group's challenge to the reclamation plan for the proposed expansion of an open-pit gold mine near Whitehall. The Montana Environmental Information Center sued in 2014, arguing the expansion permit did not require golden sunlight to completely backfill the area after mining ends. The complaint argued the state constitution guarantees, quote, a clean and healthful environment, unquote. State law requires lands disturbed by mining to be fully reclaimed. The Supreme Court ruled, though, that the MEIC's arguments had already been litigated and rejected in another case involving golden sunlight. The justices also found that state regulators had adequate reasons to keep part of the pit unfilled to allow access to a sump pump meant to prevent groundwater contamination. Our news talk time now, 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Watch for icy spots on the road today with rain that froze overnight. A mixture of rain and snow today, high right around 32 this afternoon. I'm meteorologist Matt Gray for the NBC Montana Severe Weather Alert Team.